Hey, thanks for joining us on yourlocalnote.com. This is another vidcast. We'll be hanging with the band BlackRue. We're going to be talking about their latest EP, The Likelihood of Confusion. And we'll also be talking about their songwriting style, their music, their careers, how they got together. All that good stuff is coming up in just a few minutes. Just want to remind you that we've got a newsletter. Just send us an email, contact@yourlocalnote.com. We'll get that out to you. We stream 24/7. You can get that not only just by going to the site, yourlocalnote.com, but you can take it with you as we have free apps. That's right, I said free apps. Go to the respective stores, type in YLN, and download the app and take yourlocalnote.com with you anywhere you want to go. And then also check out our concert calendar where you can find where your favorite band is playing this week, next week, the week after. Mike does a great job of updating that. Okay, coming up next, we've got BlackRue in the studio, and we're going to be talking with them, but we're going to start everything off with their song Last Chance, again from the EP, The Likelihood of Confusion, on yourlocalnote.com.
Monday you came to me. You told me you were gonna stay. The Friday evening came and you were gone. I told you I won't change my ways, but that I felt your pain. But Friday evening you were gone. You walked out the door. You wanna leave them alone. That's the way it goes. But I've got news for him. He stuck his nose where it shouldn't have been, and that was wrong. It was my first chance for my last dance. A chance now I've missed because of people like you. You're killing all morality.
The song is called Last Chance. It's from the EP, The Likelihood of Confusion, and this is on Flextone Records. We should give them a shout out. Good guys there. We've got BlackRue guys and gals. Thank you so much for coming into the studio tonight.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Good
Thanks
to
for
meet
having
you.
us.
All right. Introduce yourself and what you do with the band.
Blaine Arfer. I'm a lead guitar player. Yeah.
Okay.
That's about all I
That's all you do. You just play lead guitar.
Way to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
He does backup vocals.
Oh, yeah, I do
too.
sing too. Yeah, this is true.
That's a good thing. Should add that in.
Yeah, I should probably
Okay.
sing.
I am Buck Reed. I'm the songwriter, and I play guitar and sing.
Matt Stabley, and I'm the bass player, and that's all I do.
That's all you do is you play bass. All right.
I'm Brianna Sig. I play drums and do some backup vocals as well.
Very nice. All right. Well, thank you again for joining us. Let's talk about the first song, Last Chance. Who wrote it and what is it about?
I have to say that Matt is also an enforcer
Okay.
of rules in this band.
I can see that. I can see that.
Yeah.
I'm a little intimidated.
I do got that sketch artist look.
Yeah. I've seen you. I thought I've seen you in the post office.
Yeah, you might have.
Okay. You take a nice picture.
Yeah, I do. Even because it's hand drawn, done by an artist.
All right. Very nice. All right. Let's get back to the music. Last Chance. Who wrote it? What is it about?
I wrote it. It's just about a song about a guy and his girlfriend.
And it's
like so many songs are.
Okay.
Monday, she's he must be a jerk. Monday, she's saying she's gonna leave, and then
Right.
Friday she goes back on her word and leaves him.
Oh, okay.
All
right.
And then he complains that everybody's stealing his last chance,
His
or
last-
his last dance with her.
Okay. All right. Well, there's a little different twist there. Normally, it's the woman is giving him one more last chance, but this time she's booked,
Yeah.
and he's crying in his beer about his last chance.
She's
Pretty
in
much
power.
to everybody out there that, because of you, Brianna, because of you, I don't have my last chance at some fun here.
There we go. Nice. Nice.
Always the women. No.
How did you guys get together?
Here's a good story. Well, we got to start with how we met, I guess.
Multiple parts.
It's just the culmination of me playing music a long time in other bands that weren't going anywhere. And finally, I just said, I want to start a band and have people come to my place.
Right.
Basically, I can, if that guy is a drunk or that girl over there is a drunk like Brianna is all the time, and not being productive or doesn't have the same vision, I
Right.
can deal with it. I ended up meeting Matt through another band, just a garage band, and
So, Matt, you were playing in another band.
Well, yeah, I actually ended up picking up bass few months prior to getting to another band.
Okay.
And that's kind of how that all evolved. Mm-hmm. And then I met this guy 7 months into playing. Sorry.
he had only been playing for like 7 months.
7 months,
when I met
in
him.
bass.
Yeah, when I met him.
Had you played another instrument before that?
Sousaphone, baritone.
Okay, so
So
you
when
have.
I was a kid.
Holla.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
but you have a musical background.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
so all right, it's not like you just picked it up and was
Right.
like, okay, playing.
Yeah.
Okay. If you weren't such an enforcer, I would say something, but I'm intimidated.
I'm actually a pretty good going guy. Okay, I'm a big teddy bear, man. That's what everybody says.
Then Blaine, how does Blaine fit into the picture then?
You don't.
Okay. Oh my god. Okay, that's a good intro, Blaine.
Well, actually, I guess Brianna was the next one on the list to come.
Okay,
into
so
this.
Brianna, you came in after.
yeah.
Yeah, we're talking
After Matt.
chronologically. I was next after Matt.
Well, really, I didn't have an exact plan or know any. I was going to on my search for the right musicians.
But
All the-
you've done this long enough that you're at a point now. I'm going to find the right people. It doesn't matter how long it takes. I want a good band that I like to be with.
Correct.
Okay.
Matt and that situation, I convinced them to come practice at our place. Mm-hmm. Matt came up to me the one day and it says, I want to work on originals. And I went, yes. Yes,
Good.
I don't even have to do anything
Nice.
to convince anybody.
Right.
Matt, all I need is one person here.
Right.
And everybody else went, nah, we don't want to do this. So we just pretty much enforced the rule. Matt started enforcing it. We together worked as a team.
It's
and
original stuff.
started literally going through drummers, guitarists, just to find the right people.
All right. Now, I know this is going to sound. I guess it's going to sound sexist, and I don't mean to be, but it's probably going to come out that way.
It's cool.
So, there are not many female drummers.
Yes.
So Buck, sorry about that. So Buck, when you see a female coming into drum, are you like, okay, let me just give her a chance and then we'll, nicely tell her to go? And no,
Not at all.
She blew you away.
You liar. No.
Well, basically, the thought process was I played with so many phenomenally good musicians, but had no focus, no direction, or just they might be great on their guitar,
right.
but as far as business management, which you have to have, they're ready to take the whole thing over the edge of a cliff. And I was like, I don't care how good you are, if your mind's not correct, I don't want you around.
Right.
So even though Matt had only been playing for so long, look at the guy. We literally had the conversation, and he looked at me square in the eye. I'm like, what are you in this for? And he told me why. I'm like, I believe you.
Okay.
And I'll stick it out with you, because if with that attitude, you're going to grow.
All right.
And nobody else in these, it's not just anybody else, but lots of other people don't have that attitude.
Right.
So the drummers, they weren't willing to learn and play with a click track. They didn't want to work on originals because it's too hard. Screw it, let's just go play this.
Right. Right.
And Brianna was pretty much Matt and Sarah's friend who played the drums. So it just was like, let's try her out. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
She secretly wanted to be in the band.
I did. I used to follow them everywhere, and then one day their drummer was leaving, right?
He didn't know what he was doing.
He was weird. No.
He was a cool guy. We're still
I hope
friends
he's not
with him.
listening to this.
He was cool, but he was weird.
Yeah.
Okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
So I was there. I'm like, let me just quick take this opportunity.
Had you played in other bands before?
No, this is my first.
This is your first band?
They actually gave me a chance. No one else ever gave me a chance before because I was a girl.
Because you were, and girls don't play the drums.
It's a manly thing.
Yes, I guess so. Mike's a drummer, so
awesome.
You can see how manly he is. No.
Here we go.
Just going off the shirt he had.
Donatello there, speaks volumes.
As you can tell, I'm not afraid of taking cheap shots.
Either way.
Yeah. So this is you're very happy to be just part of this band.
Oh, yeah.
And things are gelling the way you would hope they would gel as far as the band working together?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
They treat me like one of the guys.
Okay.
Unfortunately,
She
no.
sometimes treats us as one of the girls, too.
Yeah.
She says things that we never expect. Let's put that. Never expect that of a girl.
we were worried. The only real concern we had was, well, we got to watch the way we talk around her. We don't want to be offensive. We're not just a bunch of guys anymore. But then she was bad.
Okay. So she fit right in.
Foul mouth is what you would.
And she probably did that on purpose to ease you guys in, right? Right, Brianna?
Yeah, trying to make it feel comfortable.
There we go. Okay. Just trying to get this all together here.
Yeah.
Blaine, now let's go to you. How did you get into this band?
Well, I was kind of playing at an open mic, I guess, is where Matt saw me playing. And,
Well, I met you at two churches.
well, yeah, I played at a church. Actually, he played bass there too, and he just came up and asked me if I wanted to play guitar in their band, and I really hadn't. I had looked a little bit of their stuff online, but I hadn't really paid attention to it that much. And he asked me, I was like, well, yeah. I was like, I was in a band way back. I was in a death metal band, weirdly enough, but but doesn't everybody start there at some point? But yeah, and then I was like, yeah, definitely, I'd love to be there and try it out. And I guess they thought I was half decent. So.
He's all right.
We learned through experience that we weren't going to just take the first one, so we tried out a bunch of different people.
Okay.
And then he ended up being the one that lived closest to us, so it's
we kind of have.
So this way, if he didn't show up, Buck, you could go there and say, "Get your ass over here! All right? It's time to practice." I can see how that works. That's good.
we also felt we had a guitarist. We actually had two guitarists, and it kind of. I don't think they were as of caliber as Blaine for what we were doing.
Okay.
By far.
That's part of the process, though. When you put a band together and you start to play, some people just reach a level and that's it. And then you got to figure out how to push them out of the band without hurting their feelings. If they want to be in on it, you almost have to sabotage them in a way, right?
Yeah.
We pretty much just asked them to leave.
Okay, you asked them to leave.
As a group.
This guy does, yeah.
We're all together as a group.
Yeah, but that's still not easy to do.
No, it was definitely difficult on all even when it came to the drummer when she came into play. It was,
right.
It was difficult too.
I kind of remember you over the phone going, "Nah, you don't have to come back."
Well, it was me because he was
difficult to say.
Well, somebody can only lead you on and let you know they're going to quit for so long.
Yeah.
And then when somebody comes around and fills in for that person and has more interest.
Yes.
It is better. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
No, you keep patting yourself on the back there, Brianna. No one else is going to do that.
Yeah, break that arm. So that's kind of I fell into place.
Good. All right, this is what we're going to do. We're going to go to song number 2. We'll come back, talk about that. I also want to talk about how you guys got the name BlackRue, and we'll continue from there. Sounds good?
Cool.
All right, second song on the EP, The Likelihood of Confusion. The song is called Baby Blue, and we're hanging with BlackRue on yourlocalnote.com. That is Baby Blue from the EP, The Likelihood of Confusion, which was released in November of 2013, that is. And we are talking with BlackRue. All right, let's talk about this song, Baby Blue. Buck? Okay. We are taking video, by the way. That's permanent. Okay.
My beard's a lot shorter than his.
Matt's like, oh, what's going on here? Okay. So what is this song about?
Like so many other songs, guys getting drunk.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
and pissing their girlfriends off at the bar, and then figuring it out as she's leaving that he's really screwed up and he's trying to get her back. You know?
Okay, very relatable song.
Yeah.
And get that. Very good. All right, let's go to the songwriting process. Buck, have you written all the songs on this EP? Is that basically because the band is pretty new, or is this just the way this band is made, that you have the songwriting responsibilities?
I'd say it goes both ways.
If you yourself wrote a song, and it happened to be a really good song.
Right.
Not everything that's written is good.
Right.
That's a big problem.
Right.
People think, I wrote a song, it's great, everybody
Yes.
needs to love it.
Yes.
But you got to critique it. You got to be honest with what you're doing. But if you wrote a song and you pitched it to us and we heard it and it was a really good song, we would have no reason not to record it and run with it.
Okay.
It just happens that I've been writing songs for 20 years.
Sure.
And I focused on that more than even my playing over the years, because I found that at least where we live, it's a dying breed.
Right.
And I just love, you grow up listening to all these great songs, and I always, as a kid, be like, oh, I wish I wrote that. Oh, I wish or I could have done that to this if I,
Yeah.
And I'd be like, well, wait a minute, I didn't write that song. The Beatles did. Why would I think I could write it better than them?
Right. But you can dream. It's like winning the lottery, right?
Exactly.
So, all right. So you have the main songwriting responsibility, but do you see as this band progresses that other people will start chiming in, or do you present songs to them? Hey, say, hey, this is my idea. This is the way I think it should go. And do they make suggestions at this point, or you're not at that point yet?
My hope is that it does go that route.
Okay.
I don't mind writing songs, but
Right.
at the same time, I want everybody to be involved in it. But then, when we all have to understand that just because we all do write a song together doesn't mean it necessarily has to be on the next album. It has to be good.
Right.
I might write 10 songs and there might be one song out of 10 I'm even willing to show the band.
Right. And then that's the toughest part. I mean, you write a song, that's your baby. You put in time and effort to put that song together. And then I always find it interesting how some bands will, then put it out there and then they start tweaking it and making some changes. And that's got to be a tough thing to do if you're the one who brought the idea and all the creativity to the table at first.
We do. One of the reasons why we do work with our producer, David Ivory, is you almost have to work with a producer, have somebody that's impartial. I can just have it in my head and say, this, I want it like this, and this, but once again, I can only be so honest, and maybe I fall in love with this, but I need somebody, and we need somebody that's going to look at it from a completely objective point of view and go, no, you're turning left here. You need to turn right here.
Right.
Because turning left just is going to wreck it.
But it's hard sometimes to find that person. Now, obviously, David Ivory has a tremendous track record, so that he has a reputation that you can say, okay, we're going to listen to what he has to say. But that's still hard to do, to find that person that you trust enough to make those decisions for you. So that's a process that I'm sure you've gone through in the past, and you're fortunate enough now to have David working with you guys. And obviously, the EP sounds great. So, you guys worked well together on that. How did you meet David?
The previous band that I was in, the singer in the band actually had known David Ivory.
Okay.
Had met him. He actually knew Pierre. I don't know. With his job, he got to meet everybody.
Okay.
So he had the hookup. So I went in there with that band, and I remember just sitting there as David was talking with us and critiquing the work and formulating a potential plan. I remember thinking, this band that I'm in is not ready. The drummer doesn't have his head on. The guitarist I was referring to was phenomenal, was the one that would just take you right over the cliff.
Right. Right.
And I didn't.
Boy, that must have been a frustrating experience, knowing that you're dealing with someone like this. He's putting a plan together, and in the back of your head that this is not going to happen with this band.
But, at the same time, I knew it was a learning experience, because I knew that I would never be in that position again, because the next time, now I have my connection with David Ivory,
right,
and I can get a hold of him. And until we find the right group of people with the right mindset, we're not going back there. And that's why this group of people here is so important, because without that attitude, it doesn't matter. You can be working with the best person on the planet.
Talent only takes you so far.
Right.
And with the way the music industry is right now, and you've stated it before, it's a business, and you've got to have people who are talented musicians, songwriters, and get the business and are willing to put the time in to get the business side going.
You have to want it.
Yeah, because the business side is basically effort. It's not, yes, you have to have something on the ball, but a lot of it is just effort and doing, going on the social medias, making sure your name is out there, making the phone calls to get booked, then sitting down and writing and then practicing and then, all that stuff. So, I mean, it's kind of interesting in a way that I don't think most people understand what a band goes through.
Oh, no, there's so much time. Yeah. There's just so much time. Like, even when I actually did join, I was like, I remember saying to my family, I was like, wow, even the other band I was in was just like, we got together so often. It was like it was a goof.
Right.
But this is like, this is serious.
It's a job.
And there's so much time. Like, I'm working a full-time job, and all of us are. And at the same time, it's like there's another full-time job at home, at practice. It's our life on top of our life.
Yeah, just rehearsals alone. Yeah.
So you have... let me see if I get this right. You said, we practice at my place. Do you have a studio where you go to, or you have a special place where you guys practice?
Since it's been super cold, I built a studio at my place, but it has a very inadequate heating system because we're the poor, starving artists.
Right,
we work full time, like Frank just said. All of us do, but you got to heat the house too. To heat the studio. So since this was like the worst winter we've had in so long, 0 degrees, I pulled all the important stuff out of the studio. Just because I didn't want it to get wrecked, and we were practicing at Brianna's house.
Okay.
But we'll be going back there so we don't drive your family nuts anymore because they put up with it now.
How did you, and let me go back to this, how did you come up with the name BlackRue for the band?
In 2008, I went to the Bonnaroo Music and Arts Festival. My wife and I went down there, and when we came home, we were blessed with a stray cat that dumped off all these kittens.
Nice.
And this big, well, it was a little black cat, but it turned into a big black cat she named Bonnaroo. And, so she started calling the cat, oh, here comes my big black Roo.
Okay.
Come on, Roo. Come on, Roo. And she comes up, and band names are impossible to come up
so
with.
So you Googled BlackRue.
Correct.
No one else has it. That's it.
You hit it right on the money. Well, one other band.
No. Actually, it's interesting. Our CD, our EP name, we named it after an issue because we did Google it. Nobody had it.
Nice.
So we, MySpace was tanked at that point.
Right.
So I never checked MySpace for anything, but nobody was on Facebook, nobody was on Reverb Nation.
Right.
Google or BlackRue.com was available, so and nobody had it. So we took it, and within a year, there was another Facebook page. So I immediately filed the paperwork to trademark the name because we were playing up at this place in Allentown, and people were coming out and going, I thought we were coming to see a death metal band. We're like, no. So that's when we said we got to do something about it.
Okay, yeah.
The whole act of trademarking, part of the rules is there can't be any likelihood of confusion.
Okay. So you guys were first, so you were able to keep the name.
Correct. Well, we had everything.
Okay.
And the only thing we didn't have, which was then this other band took the name, was MySpace. And it was clear all the dates matched, and so I sent MySpace a message. They yanked the thing down. And,
nice.
I mean, you don't want to be that way, but
it's a business.
You can
made a business decision.
Go to GoDaddy.com and Google bubblegum factory, just purple zebra, and it's taken. So
yeah.
No, let's just say they were pissed.
I would but at the same time, you got to look at it. They were second, and that's just the way it is.
It was a business decision. That's all.
Okay.
They could have been first if they had the timing correct.
Yeah.
If they were smart about it, why would you go and do something like they were doing and not
check first,
or even try to attempt to own your name?
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's go to song number 3. We'll come back and we'll continue. Okay. All right, song number 3 is Anymore. And we'll play it first, and we'll come back and we'll talk about it. We're hanging with the band BlackRue. They've got an EP out that they put out this past November. It's called The Likelihood of Confusion, and this song is called Anymore on yourlocalnote.com.
catching you. And still you keep poking holes until you see right through. And now you tell me I'm wishing upon a star. You better not go to what you better think about who you are. Who you are. You're talking about this, now you're talking about that. Now you're telling me that I'm not where it's at. On and on you tell right away I'm wrong. We don't get along. We don't get along. You're talking about the man in the moon like he's playing a tune. You give me nursery rhymes when I need rhythm and blues. I can't take this anymore. I won't grieve you, but I won't see you, but I won't hear you crying. You're talking about this, now you're talking about that. Now you're telling me that I'm not where it's at. On and on you tell right away I'm wrong. We don't get along. We don't get along. You're talking about the man in the moon like he's playing a tune. You give me nursery rhymes and I need rhythm and blues. I can't take this anymore. I can't take this anymore. Take anymore. I can't take anymore. I can't take anymore. Can't take
The song is called Anymore. It's on the EP, The Likelihood of Confusion, and the band is called BlackRue, and that Rue is spelled R-U-E. We want to make sure we get that right, so when you're typing in and checking this band out and finding their music, you got the right spelling. But let's get back to this song. All right, Buck, Anymore, what is this about?
I just got done saying about that other band that tried taking our name. So there was a little animosity from them, and we ignored everything. So the very day that we went to David Ivory's studio, it was the night before we had rehearsal, I wrote that song literally in about 10 minutes.
Right.
It was just one of them things. They don't always happen like that. And I remember Brianna and Matt coming over and just said, hey, listen to this. And everybody liked it, and it worked. So when we went to David Ivory's studio the very next day, we came in with a brand spanking new song, which
Nice.
we started working on.
How many songs did you have to write and choose from for this EP? You got 5 songs on the EP. How many songs did you go in and just say, okay, to David, these are the 5 songs we're going to record? Or did you have a bunch of songs and have to choose from them?
It was 11.
Yeah, we had like 10 or 11 songs, and then we went in, and Dave's like, play them all. And
It was an
Okay.
audition, really.
yeah, it was an audition. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You played them all, and then you chose the 5 from there after they were recorded. Or did he?
No. We actually went down with our version of these songs, of what we thought they were, and we went down and auditioned for him, and he pretty much chose the songs that he thought were marketable, and then we worked them. We did all the pre-production. We did that for a long, long time.
I get that. Okay. So, you auditioned for him all the songs, and then he picked out the songs that he thought were going to work for you.
Exactly.
I think he did a good job. You guys happy too?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We're very happy.
Okay. Will some of those songs be used for future EPs or albums, or are they done? The songs that didn't make this EP?
We'll probably select more, but we're still writing. We have Sunday night. We just sat there in Brianna's house working on brand new songs.
Okay.
I tried to write one. Didn't turn out as well as Buck's, but I tried.
See, Brianna wrote her first song. It's good.
Thanks.
We just put some chord behind it.
Right,
and
right.
we found a key. It was nice.
So when you're writing, Buck, is it mostly from life experience, or is it sometimes just an idea pops in your head and you create a story around that? How does that work for you?
All different ways. I was just explaining to that. We were talking about songwriting the other night.
Right.
And some of it is from direct life experience. This not to talk about the dark subject, but I dated a girl who, when I first met her, I was doing the slick move, trying to meet her, but through her neighbor.
Right.
And when I saw her, she had a black eye, and apparently this is a long time ago, and her boyfriend had punched her, and which was awful. And so I ended up, but spawned a relationship with me for the next 7 years. And so it's interesting. The song I wrote, it kind of has, in my mind, I'm wondering, well, where does this lyrical content come from, or where does the subject come from? But why would I write about that, other than that was directly affected my life for 7 years?
Sure.
So, yeah, a lot of it is.
Okay. Just a life experience.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That sounds good. All right. Anything that now I'm sure this is all different stages for you. Brianna, this is the first time you're in a studio recording songs for an EP. You guys have all had that experience in the band. No, this was your first, Matt?
Yeah.
Buck, you have.
I have.
And Blaine? Oh, okay. So, I'm wrong. Not the first time. Just ask my wife. So, Buck, you're going in and you know what to expect. Now, I'm going to direct this question at the three of you. What did you learn from this experience, Blaine?
See, I came in kind of like the last half of it, but I can say, it was definitely nothing what I thought it was going to be.
Okay.
Like you said, Dave kind of takes your songs and kind of moves it around to what he wants it to be, to what he understands the music industry will accept.
Right.
Which is obviously what we want.
Right.
Because we want to write music for everyone.
Yes.
To like.
Sure.
So it was interesting to see how he works it, and it was just pretty cool to watch. And especially, it's pretty cool just to watch him doing his stuff in the studio. He's so fast on that computer. It's like
and playing your part. Yeah.
And go ahead.
And to be able just to play your parts correctly.
Okay.
And so
a lot of takes.
The pre-production was in a way kind of brutal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he focused a lot on getting every note exactly where it's going to be. If it's ahead of the beat or just behind the beat. How you're attacking it vocally. If it's
Yeah.
Were you guys a little intimidated? You know him, so you've dealt with him before, Buck. But the rest of you, were you a little intimidated because it's David Ivory and you know his history?
Of course. He yells at us all the time.
I was still intimidated.
Oh, were you? Okay.
Yeah, this is a whole. Now I wasn't working with him before, and then I was working with him.
Okay.
A whole different.
He takes your ego away and really makes you play for the song.
Right.
That was a huge lesson that I learned.
And that's important, though.
Yeah, to cut you down and to build you back up.
Okay.
And he did that to us a lot, especially to the rhythm section with the click track. Oh, he really washed it out of us with that click track. And for me and her, never being real young musicians like that, it was very intimidating.
Okay.
For sure.
But you feel like you're better musicians because of it.
Oh, and
Absolutely.
Unreal.
Let the cleansing begin. He literally cranked. The only thing that was missing was the strobe lights going along with the click track. He cranked up deafening loud, walked out, and said, "Keep playing it."
If you actually listen to some of our songs, you can still hear the click track. You'll hear it. He left them in just we hear it. Like when we hear.
Is that a message to you guys?
I think so.
Okay, very cool. So you'll work with David again on
We still do, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And obviously, it's now that you know what to expect, it's an easier experience.
Well, and he knows what to expect out of us. We have that personal relationship with him, so we can go in and he can yell at us, and Brianna will sit there and laugh at him.
Okay.
And he'll laugh right back and go, "What's so funny?"
Right. So it's not like the first time where he yelled at you and you're like,
Yeah.
oh my God, I'm going to get fired.
Exactly.
Okay.
We tempted her to tell him to F off.
Ah.
And she did it.
He loved it. He loved me after that.
All right. Well, sometimes you got to stand up for yourself.
Yeah.
Well,
cool.
David's a real producer. He's not the guy at the local music store that
Right.
does this on the side.
Right.
So now I don't know any band specifically, but other bands have folded in there because they can't take it. They couldn't take it because the thing is with everybody, including myself, in reality, being a young musician, as far as with new music and working with a real producer, you got to strip that ego. And some of these drummers, some of these guitarists that have been doing it their way, what they consider to be professional, they're all hot shots. They don't want to hear that you got to play to the song.
Right.
And, basically, some of these bands just fall apart.
Yeah, I can see that. That makes sense. All right. So any idea when you're going to be going back into the studio to record new music?
Pretty much whenever he wants. Whenever we want, I should say.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're going to write some more songs and...
And we're just working on some new stuff. Well, like you said,
Trying
on
to get it all
Sunday.
together.
And we just actually started playing one of our newer songs out.
Okay.
So.
All right. That's a great segue into live shows. So you do test new songs when you've written a new song and you want to see how your fans like it. You'll test it. On the EP, what do you feel is the song that gets the best reaction from different crowds?
Wow. That's a
Last Chance, and are you talking live or?
Yeah, live. Yeah, I'm talking live.
I would say Last Chance and
Baby Blue.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. So if let's talk to the people who have not seen you play live. Describe your show for them.
boring.
Oh, man. We'll edit that one out for you, Matt. I see Buck is like, what are you doing?
Like I said, I don't let nothing bad. Well, it was open.
It was open. Okay, take the shot.
I think we have passion. I think that's what people say. It looks like we're enjoying
Yeah.
ourselves.
High energy. That's
Yeah.
what we get all the time. Like, that's the most like adrenaline rush I've ever had or something.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah.
Are you guys tired of people asking about the girl drummer at the live shows?
Yeah, are you?
No, hey, I mean, any attention is band attention, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
I'm cool with it.
I'm just joking. I'm just
I don't care.
Block them away from it.
Yeah. So, okay, high energy show. Okay, let's talk about where people can find your music. Oh, your website. What's your website address? Facebook. Lay it all out
They
there.
can find us on BlackRue.com, BlackRue.com.
Mm-hmm.
Go to ReverbNation.com/BlackRue. Where else?
Facebook,
We are on Facebook.
Twitter.
We are on Twitter.
Is it at BlackRue?
It's at BlackRue. There is an underscore at the end.
Underscore at the end or
At the end.
At the end. Okay. All right. Remember that, Mike. Okay. It takes care of that. Instagram, any of that stuff?
We have our own personal it's like BlackRue
Instagram.
Blaine and Brianna BlackRue.
Yeah.
We don't have an official BlackRue
Yet.
Instagram.
We gotta get
but
on
that's
that.
kind of what we're.
I think I
That's as
did
far
set
as we
that
have
up,
it.
but I don't know how to get it.
Yeah, we're all.
Can't remember everything. I guess
no,
it may be there one day.
that's
not yet.
that's the challenge, keeping track of all the different places you are.
MySpace. No, just kidding.
I've tried to start working with Google Plus, but it's just like we're trying to work with Facebook, Twitter. It's like, how can we keep everything at the same
Yeah.
time?
Yeah.
We have a LinkedIn. No, I'm just kidding.
It's crazy.
Professional page.
Yes, that's right. All right, let's see. Upcoming shows, where you guys going to be playing?
All right, I just pulled this up.
That's good.
After April 14th, you're saying?
Yes.
Alrighty.
We just got booked at May 3rd.
May 2nd, we're at Chaplin's.
We're actually going to be up in Scranton, Pennsylvania on April 19th at the place called the New Penny.
Okay.
If anybody from Philly wants to go up there.
And
Okay.
speaking of girl drummers, it's an all-girl drummer show.
Really?
Chicks with sticks.
Yeah.
Chicks with sticks. I played lacrosse, and the T-shirt I had was "Chicks love our sticks." Anyway, that's good.
Oh, no.
April 26th, we're going to be. Oh, hold on. Do you want to only do original music?
Yeah, well, we'll be there. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we're going to be at a local bar called Gear Jammer Saloon in Douglasville. Mm-hmm. Friday, May 2nd, we're going to be at Chaplin's in Spring City.
Okay.
Friday, May 9th, Greshville and Boyertown.
Well, I didn't get this one up on the website because it just happened before we just booked it just before we came here. May 3rd, it's a Dobbs Spring Fest.
Oh, nice.
There
that's right.
at 2 in the afternoon.
Nice.
Yeah, right on. I think they're closing South Street off, so we're going to be right on the main stage at Dobbs. There.
Very cool. All right. Anything else, Matt?
May 16th, we're going to be at Shady Katie's.
Shady Kate.
Shady Katie's.
All right.
With another great band called The Terribles.
Yeah,
Okay, the Terribles. Okay. We'll try to reach out to them.
And this is going to be, there's going to actually be, on this gig, there's going to be another Flexitone act, Supreme.
Yep, okay.
Friday, June 27th, we're going to the Final Score in Bensalem.
Yeah.
All right.
Rosemary Fiki.
Yeah, Rosemary Fiki, yeah.
Maybe you want to check her out. She's another great.
Awesome.
When we
Amazing.
watch her,
All great
I've
band.
actually stood there and watched her perform on stage, and I've thought to myself, this is like watching Diana Ross rising to the top.
Nice.
She's got that thing about her. She's
Okay.
fantastic.
Check them
Fiki.
girls out. They're awesome.
Okay. Very cool. All right, guys. And Brianna, thank you so much for coming in tonight. Really appreciate it.
We appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Let's see. The last song, "Lied to Me." What is that about?
Well, interestingly enough, that song was originally called Maggot,
Okay.
like fly larva.
Okay. So it's a love song.
It's yet another love song, and basically instead of like you shot me in the heart, basically.
Okay. So it's an angry love song.
You left
bit.
them, but those days are now dead and gone. You left a maggot in my heart.
Oh, nice.
Basically, my heart's just not bleeding; it's rotting.
It's
away.
rotting. Okay. So it's
But-
there's a little bit of bitterness.
David made us change the name.
It curved appetites.
Yeah. It was good. Weight Watchers was asking to have this as a theme song, right? All right. Just kidding. All right. Very cool. Guys and Brianna, thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate hanging out with us. Just want to remind everyone we got a brand new vidcast next week. And real quickly, again, got to do our housework here. If you want to get that newsletter, contact at yourlocalnote.com. That's where you send the email to. Streaming 24/7. The apps, which are free, just go to the respective stores, type in YLN, download it for absolutely nothing. And, of course, we've got the weekly update that Mike and I do, the YLN update that we do. So you can check that out along with the concert calendar. All right, wrapping things up here with BlackRue. The song is called Lied to Me. The EP is called The Likelihood of Confusion. And this is yourlocalnote.com.
Do you ever think about the way things are? The way they used to be? Do you ever try to take the same roads, the ones you rode with me? Do you ever think about the future? The one you stole from me. Do you ever try to blame all of your problems on me? Did you ever think that it would go this far? Thinking how could it be? days are now dead and gone. Left a maggot in my heart.